Thank you for joining us. This is English News Time from Oromia Broadcasting Network. I'm Al-Kabaundem with the news. Stay with us. Here the news that you have for now. Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Dr. Abiy Ahmed, in his statement issued by Office of the Prime Minister of Ethiopia on Saturday, vowed to bring perpetrators to the violence that happened in Oromia Regional State last week. Irisa Disasafa for the story.
Dear my fellow Ethiopians, first I would like to extend my deepest condolence and sympathy over the tragic violence that subsequently caused loss of irreplaceable human life and property. The casualty we have faced recently was a great witness for how our country is really in trouble and how the future of our country would be complex and scary unless all Ethiopians get united and cooperatively work to maintain peace in the country. It was attempted to change the demonstration into religious conflict, and due to that, our fellow citizens were brutally murdered and sacrificed. Worshipping institutions were burned down and changed into ashes. Business organizations and houses were also vandalized and totally damaged. Those who have been displaced due to the casualty are sheltered in different places for protection, and others who were on journey to go to different places have been forced to stay in different towns and cities. What has been done on our people was really tragic and inhuman act. The incident was very difficult even to hear, let alone seeing the phenomenon physically. Though it was a heartbreaking happening, we have noticed that Ethiopia has logical and rational people too. We have learned that there were Muslims who have been defending the mobs not to burn churches. In the same talk, there were Christians who have protected crowds from vandalizing mosques. There were martyrs who were murdered while giving hostage for other ethnic classes. We have also witnessed community elders who struggled to resolve the dispute day and night. There were Ethiopians who provided food and shelter for those whose houses and properties were damaged. We have a strong people who could visualize the better future of Ethiopia and understood the mischievous objective of the chaos. The attempt never obstructed us from our progress. It was done to put us in humiliation. I am indebted to our security bodies for their professionalism and impartiality. We know why all these challenges are being happening on us. No matter how hard the challenges are, we never refrain from pursuing ahead. We will keep going by avoiding the weeds from the wheat, and we will nurture the wheat. We never sacrifice the wheat for the sake of the weed. We would go forward by evading the obstacles. We never even inclined either to right or left. Instead, we gallop straight forward. Our enemies didn't understand us. We have determined to pay all the necessary tribute to realize the development of our country. We work keenly to bring those criminals to justice to ensure supremacy of law. I urge religious leaders, community elders, civic societies, and the whole nations to relocate the displaced citizens and revamp the vandalized houses and properties. If the conflict is among us, the winners will be our enemies. Ethiopia would be respected and feared with the help of its children. May God bless Ethiopia and its people. October 26, 2019, Dr. Abiy Ahmed, Prime Minister of Ethiopia.
State Minister for Ministry of Science and Higher Education Ministry, Dr. Samuel Kefle, said discussion should be the only means to ensure peace and stability in the country. National Peace Conference has been held in Finfinne City, where the remark came out. Let us research more on that.
National Peace Conference has been held in Finfinne City under the theme Building a Durable Peace in Higher Education and Institutions. State Minister of Science and Higher Education, Dr. Samuel Kefle, said that working on ensuring lasting peace and stability in education and institutions in particular and in the country in general is important. He added that discussion is very crucial to achieve this cause.
Peace and order could be achieved only through discussion and listening to one another. If there might be problems and disputes, it is possible to solve it through discussion.
The State Minister stressed the role of higher education and institutions in peace building in the country.
University is the place where research is conducted, idea is developed, and discussion is promoted. So if we develop the culture of discussion in universities, the institutions are likely to be peaceful places, and in turn, the country will be peaceful.
Scholars argue that respecting diversity in unity is pivotal, as universities are home to diversity. Head of the Oromia Administrative and Security Bureau, Dr. Kanaya Adato, argued higher education institutions to work on awareness raising about peace.
Students said should play their fair share to ensure peace in higher learning institutions across the country. Communities and leaders of different universities said the issue of peace should be the concern of all citizens of the country. Here is a report. Higher Education Forum focused on strengthening peaceful interaction of university students and teaching and learning process has been held in Finfinne City. President of Students' Union with Dila University, Tekle Sadiq Dorib, said all should work together in sustaining the ever-started peaceful interaction and living together of university students.
እንደ ሀገር የመጣው ለውጥ ሰስቴን ሆኖ እንዲቀጥል ሁሉም አካል ከተማሪም በዘለለ
all stakeholders should work with their maximum effort in sustaining the ever-registering reform and change in the country. This is the responsibility of all citizens of the country. Our students should live together with peace and love. Everyone should stand together for the development of the nation, rather than working to divide the country. Our main target should be our education and education only. The current generation have to work for common development of the country rather than running agenda of politics.
Academic Vice President of Wulliga University, Dr. Melkamo Fetafon Ispas, said in a country like Ethiopia, there should be a culture of listening to one another for a better future.
በአንድ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ውስጥ የምማረው የአንድ ሃይማኖት
University is a collection of many nationalities, followers of different religions, and many others. All should live together in accepting, respecting, and tolerating the culture, language, and religion of others. This is experienced in every part of the world, so we have to accommodate this reality in our university too.
As the Minister with Minister of Science and Higher Education, Dr. Samuel Kefle, said students should refrain themselves from agenda of conflict.
walitti bu'iinsi kan fayyadu nama walitti bu'iinsaan bu'aa buusatu qofaaf.
Conflict is only important for those who are working to divide our people and country for the sake of their self-benefit. We have to fight those groups for our common interest. Our students have to free themselves from those organs. Problems may occur at any time and places, but we can't solve our problem without talking and discussing on the matter. To transform the country, there should be tolerance and listening to one another between our students at all levels.
Scholars and political leaders called upon the government to ensure peace and security of the country more than ever. Olma Baina presents.
Some scholars and political leaders called upon the government to ensure peace and security of the country. Chairperson of Tigray Democratic Coalition Party, Dr. Aragawi Barihe, says that citizens' rights hadn't been respected over the past 27 years, adding the current conflicts are also cumulative public grievances.
ሕግን እየጣሰ ሰዎችን ሲያስር ሲያፍን ሲያሳድድ ስለነበረ
In the past 27 and plus years, rule of law was not implemented well. This means citizens' rights were under pressure. What people are speaking out now is the result of the past pressure.
The Oromia Planning Commissioner Dr. Tashoma Adunya for his part said ensuring peace and security in the country is best for overall development.
ምሁርነታችን ምሁር የሚያሰኘው ህዝባችን ዓለም የደረሰበት ቦታ ላይ ሲደርስ ነው።
Our scholarly success should be measured by the civilization of our people. But Ethiopia is still among the poor countries. So our argument should be to improve the livelihood of our people.
Member of Parliament Hawa Ali said that the public should actively take part in peacekeeping process of the country.
ሰሞኑንም ጭምር በተለያዩ ቦታዎች የህግ ጥሰቶች እየታዩ ነው።
There are security challenges in our country, especially in the past few days. As a result, many youth are sacrificed. So the government should work to stop such crimes.
They told the Ethiopian news agencies that all citizens of the country should strive to ensure sustainable peace and security of the country.
Ethiopia has launched a month-long national blood donation campaign on Saturday, aiming to collect 300,000 units of blood. The Ministry of Health said over 10,000 people are registered online to donate blood so far. According to ENA's website report, some 10,000 units of blood is expected to be collected today throughout the country. The campaign is aimed at improving the culture of blood donation and ease shortage of blood supply in hospital by encouraging individuals to donate blood. The National Blood Donation Campaign is being held throughout the country under the theme Life for Life, Give Blood, Save Life. Many thanks for your time. That's all what we had. Coming up, I will be back by peak of the week. So stay with us. Have a good time.